Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it over the hump and we're in the home stretch toward the weekend, but we've also made it to the last day of June, if you can believe that. Tomorrow, when I'm with you guys, we'll be beginning a new month, as well as beginning the weekend. For today, we, of course, have your news headlines coming up. We have a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with Kevin Ford. He's an employee that you guys probably have seen all over the place now that was given a goodie bag for 27 years of service, as well as missing no days. He stopped by Conversations Live, the radio show, yesterday. You've been part of that conversation today. Enjoy our broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with their Thursday headlines. In national news, toll now 53 in San Antonio as families wait for answers. In the chaotic minutes after dozens of migrants were found dead inside a tractor-trailer sweltering under the Texas heat, the driver tried to slip away by pretending to be one of the survivors, a Mexican immigration official said on Wednesday. The driver, along with two other men from Mexico, remain in custody as the investigation continued into the tragedy that killed 53 people, the nation's deadliest smuggling episode on the U.S.-Mexico border. Two more people died Wednesday as the death toll slowly climbed since the discovery of 46 bodies Monday at the scene near auto salvage yards on the edge of San Antonio. The truck had been packed with 67 people, and the dead included 27 from Mexico, 14 from Honduras, 7 from Guatemala, and 2 from El Salvador, said the chief of Mexico's National Immigration Institute. Officials have potential identifications on 37 of the victims as of Wednesday, pending verification with authorities in other countries. 40 of the victims were male. Identifying the dead has been challenging because some were found without identification documents and in one case a stolen ID. Remote villages where some of the migrants came from in Mexico and Central America have no phone service to reach family members, and fingerprint data has to be shared and matched by the governments involved. The tragedy occurred at a time when huge numbers of migrants have been coming to the U.S., many of them taking perilous risks to cross swift rivers and canals and scorching desert landscapes. Migrants were stopped nearly 240,000 times in May, up by one-third from a year ago. While it's not clear when or where the migrants boarded the truck bound for San Antonio, Homeland Security investigators believe it was on U.S. soil near or in Laredo, Texas, a U.S. representative told the Associated Press. In more national news, Essence Fest is back in New Orleans after a 2-year hiatus. Black culture in all its glory will be on display over the 4th of July holiday weekend in New Orleans as thousands converge on the city for the in-person return of the Essence Festival of Culture. The multi-day event begins today with a performance by Kevin Hart in the Smoothie King Center, followed by ticketed concerts at the Louisiana Superdome Friday through Sunday. First-time headliner Nicki Minaj performs Friday along with another first-timer, country singer Mickey Guyton. Music icon Janet Jackson, who took the stage in 2010 and 2018, is a featured artist on Saturday, and fan favorite 80s R&B group New Edition will close the event on Sunday. Other artists scheduled to perform include Jasmine Sullivan, City Girls, Summer Walker, The Roots, the Isley Brothers, Method Man, Patti LaBelle, and Stephanie Mills. In more national news, R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in sex trafficking case. Disgraced R&B superstar R. Kelly was sentenced Wednesday to 30 years in prison for using his fame to sexually abuse young fans, including some who were just children, in a systematic scheme that went on for decades. Through tears and anger, several of Kelly's accusers told a court and the singer himself that he had misled and preyed upon them. "You made me do things that broke my spirit. I literally wish I would die because of how low you made me feel," said one unnamed survivor, directly addressing Kelly, who kept his hands folded and his eyes downcast. "Do you remember that?" she asked. Kelly, 55, didn't give a statement and showed no reaction on hearing his penalty, which also included a $100,000 fine. He has denied wrongdoing, and he plans to appeal his conviction. In sports, Serena Williams loses at Wimbledon in first match in a year. Serena Williams began and ended her comeback at Wimbledon after 364 days out of singles competition, looking very much like someone who hadn't competed in just that long. She missed shots, shook her head, rolled her eyes. In between, there were moments where Williams played very much like someone whose strokes and wheel have carried her to 23 Grand Slam titles. She hit blistering serves and strokes, celebrated with arms aloft. returning to the site of her last singles match, which she had to stop after less than a set because of an injury on June 29, 2021, and 7 of her major championships, the 40-year-old Williams came within 2 points of victory. But she could not finish the job against an opponent making her Wimbledon debut and bowed out with a 7-5, 1-6, 7-6 loss to 115th ranked Harmony Tan of France. And finally, in business news, U.S. stocks slip on track for a 4th monthly loss this year. Stock indexes on Wall Street ended mostly lower Wednesday after another choppy day of trading as the market heads toward its 4th monthly loss this year. The S&P 500 ended 0.1% lower after shifting between small gains and losses. The Dow Jones Industrial Average eked out a 0.3% gain, while the Nasdaq Composite slipped less than 0.1%. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Thursday, everyone, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Today, refuse to accept a breakdown. Instead, use the day speaking into existence your breakthrough. The finish line is in sight. You just have to keep moving forward until you reach it. Have a great Thursday. As I mentioned, Kevin Ford defeats in today's Entertainment Spotlight. We're here on Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Kevin Ford, an employee who went viral thanks to a video celebrating 27 years of work, stopped by Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the love he's getting all over the world. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Well, Kevin, when I first saw your story, there was the thing that struck me was the dedication. As someone who we're coming up on 19 years now with this show, when I saw, of course, you're celebrating this milestone of 27 years, not missing any days of work, going from being a single father to doing all you've done. What has it been like for you to have that work being recognized?
It's been a thing. When they gave me that bag with those gifts in it, that's all I was saying, because I was just thankful for getting anything. I'm thankful every time I wake up, so it's just an honor to serve my community and do my part being a good American citizen. I was just working. It's just like my dad, who's in the military. He just had a good work ethic, and I guess it's just bred into me. I just go to work.
Right. So as someone who's just used to just doing what you did, Kevin, going to work, making a living, providing, could you have imagined that video of you would now be shared literally around the world?
No. Like I say, I've been crying for straight. I cannot believe that people are watching. It just blows me away. I was just being thankful. I was just, they encouraged us to do shout-outs and stuff, and I just put it on Twitter or something, and somebody else screen grabbed it, and went viral. I couldn't imagine that at all. I still don't think any of this is real. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversation Daily News. We'll have to get on tomorrow to wrap up this week. Until then, we're host Cyrus Webb saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversation Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.